Fabulous team. Welcome to your 30-minute strength training workout. My name is Heather. I am so glad that you guys are here. Today, we are going to use some equipment. I have a set of 10-pound weights and a set of 5-pound weights. Now, if you don't have any equipment, think outside of the box. I know there is something in your house that you can use to load your muscles so that you work extra hard. All right, we're going to start out with squats. So let's grab the heavier weight first. I'm grabbing the 10-pound weights. Team, we are going to squat for 1 minute. So set your heels up outside of your hips. Take your shoulders, roll them up and down the back side. Feel your shoulder blades coming together into the spinal cord. Brace your core, and let's go ahead and squat. So team, it's going to be down and up, down and up. So right now, you guys, we are in full range. Full range means you hit all the way down to the bottom, and then you stand up all the way tall. So what is the bottom? Where is the range that we're reaching for? That range, you guys, is you want your hips to be almost even with your knees. So think about that. Think about dropping down nice and low so that you get those hips even with those knees, okay? Every single time you drop down, take a look at those knees. Check out, make sure that those knees are tracking down the center of your foot. Super important for alignment. So take a look at that. Make sure those knees track center of foot. Once you've done that, look up. Look up into the horizon, take a look at me, whatever it takes. Because when you look up, then posture is completely perfect. Team, that was 1 minute. So for the next minute, we're gonna stay down and we're gonna pulse. So your hips again are right down by those knees, okay? Your knees still track center of your foot. You brace your abs nice and tight, and you pull your shoulders to the back side, okay? Pull them in together, right into that spinal cord. That's what you want. That keeps your back strong, and that keeps your chest open. So just a small movement, maybe about an inch, down and up. And every time you drop down and you press up, think about your heels. Drive those heels right into the floor, okay? And when you do that, you're gonna feel your hamstrings and you're gonna feel your quads engage. Ready, guys? We're back to full range. So that full range, hips drop down even with knees, and then you lift up nice and tall. When you lift up, on that up motion, your heels press hard into the ground, and you squeeze your glutes on the top. So right here, squeeze those glutes. Feel them get nice and strong every single time you squeeze them. Still think about your posture, right? Shoulder blades, they're pulled into the spinal cord. Chest stays open. Abs stay braced, super tight, because those abs, they protect that lower back. So you pull them in to offer support. Knees still track, center, right down center of that foot, and heels still press in every single time you rise up. How about 2 more? 2, 1, team, one more time. We're staying down. This is our last minute. So you guys have figured it out. It's a 4-minute interval. 1 minute will be full range. 1 minute will be lower halves. 1 minute will be full range. And that last minute, lower halves. All right, push your heels right down into the floor. Drive them down. So you feel those hamstrings, you feel those glutes, and you're even gonna feel those quads right now. Small movement. Make it only about an inch down, and an inch up. Keep those abs braced tight. Support that spinal cord. Shoulder blades, squeeze them together on the back side. Team, you're almost there. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rise. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna go into chest. Now, if you don't have a bench, I don't have a bench either, but I have the top of an ottoman, so I'm gonna use that. But if you don't have anything like that, just use the floor. Absolutely perfect to use that floor. Okay, so come on down. Grab those weights and lay back. As you lay back, keep your heels close to your glutes and then lift up. So right now, team, your hands are directly over your shoulders, and then you're gonna come down into a chest press. Let me set up my watch so we make sure we stay on time. So, down and up. Every single time you come down, those elbows are gonna come to the top of your bench or your ottoman, whatever you're using. So elbows come right to the top of that, and your hands, notice on the down, your hands stay directly over those elbows. So they drop down, and then you press up. So the hands stay over the elbows, actually, the entire move. So right here, on the down, and then on the up, hands stay directly over elbows. When you drop down, and you're on the low part of the motion, feel your chest completely expand. So right here, feel the expansion through the chest. And then as you press up, and feel the chest squeeze together. Team, we have 4, 3, 2, and now we stay low. So you're pulsing. But as you pulse, do not let those elbows drop below your bench top, right? So small motion, only about an inch, down and up. Hands, they stay right over those elbows. Now here's what I want you to think about. Think about from the shoulder to the elbow. Think about expanding that really long, okay? Your hands though, they're not gonna stretch out. They're gonna stay directly over that elbow. But if you think about expanding from the shoulder to the elbow, that makes a longer lever, and that makes you work just a little bit harder. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and team, we're back to full range. So all the way down, all the way up. Now, if you are on the floor and you're not slightly elevated, please make sure that the back of your arms actually don't touch the floor. So you're gonna stop just about a hair above the floor. That way, you're keeping your chest engaged the entire time. So as we drop down, think about pulling those elbows out. Remember, from the shoulders to the elbows, think about making that longer. And when you press up, think about the inside of your elbows. Press them in nice and tight right there and right there. Because as you press those elbows in, that's when you really isolate right through that chest. Let's see, how much more time do we have? We're almost there. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Team, we're back to that last minute of pulse. So again, keep the elbows right above your bench top. Keep your hands right above those elbows. Small movement, down and up, down and up. So, expansion from shoulder to elbow. Think about pressing up, up, up. That's really gonna work that chest muscle each time you press up. 30 seconds left. You have this. Keep pressing up. Think about that small motion just right up. As you do that though, remember, abs stay braced, pull them down. Always, always keep that spinal cord completely supported. We have only 12 seconds left. Pulse up, and up. Just like that, team, you're doing great. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way up. Set your weights down, and then lift on up. And we actually are done with this, so I'm gonna scoot it out of the way. we're gonna go into backs now. So I'm gonna grab the 5-pound weights. I'm gonna set the larger weights over to the side. So 5-pound weights. We're gonna do rear delts. So first, always set your posture. Shoulder roll to the back, so your chest is open, back is engaged, slight bend in the knees, and push your tail to the back. We're lifting and lowering, just like this. So your elbows, they're gonna come right up, even with those shoulders. And when those elbows come up, the hands follow, and the hands stay directly underneath those elbows. Every single time you lift up and you lower. So that means through the entire move, okay? And yeah, we definitely are working our upper back, but you are also working your lower back by keeping your abs drawn in nice and tight and holding this move, leaning over. So that's how you're working your lower back, by abs and back, holding the lean as you work the upper back. Almost there, team. We have 4, 3, 2, but you know what's coming, right? Yes, you do. So we're gonna pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Elbows out wide, hands stay underneath those elbows, okay? This can become very intense. So if there's any time you need to sit down and you want to go through the motion without any weight, that's absolutely fine, okay? So, pulse up and up. Think about pushing those elbows up. And realize the more you lean over, the more you will work that backside. Keep the abs braced, because you are working that lower back, even though you're not moving it. You're working it by holding just like this. Keep pulsing up, up, up. Team, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to full range. Now, if you need to come up and stretch out that back, because leaning over for 4 minutes could be a really long time for some, feel free to do that. But then once that back feels good, you come right back into this move, okay? Elbows, drive them up. Keep the hands directly underneath those elbows. And then you think about shoulder to elbow. Make that long. Think about those elbows hitting the corners of your room every time you lift up. That makes that lever longer, so you're working just a little bit harder, right? And then when you come down, don't let gravity pull it down. Think about the inside of your elbows. Squeeze them in. Squeeze them in. See how that really activates every part of your shoulder, your back, and even your chest. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the last one, the last minute, and we're gonna challenge ourselves. Remember, if you need to set those weights down and you wanna be here, you guys, that's perfect. Because sometimes your body is so fatigued that just moving its own body weight is incredible for it, okay? So you keep pulsing up. I wanna show you something else as you do this. Push your heels down, stick your tail to the back. Because if your heels are pressed down, right here you are also activating hamstrings. And that's what you wanna do. So keep pressing up, up. Feel those shoulder blades come in together on the back side. Keep your hands underneath those elbows and keep your abs braced. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, come on up. Roll those shoulders to the back. Team, we are gonna be up nice and tall next, and we're gonna work our biceps. So I'm gonna stick with the 5-pound weights. Some of you guys might wanna go back to the heavier weight. Absolutely cool. Shoulder roll, posture, lift, tall, and then bicep curl. The bicep curl, it starts right at the leg, so right at the leg, and it stops right up at the shoulder. Heels, press them into the ground. Knees, keep them soft, please. Okay? Abs, you keep those abs braced because you are supporting that spine. Every single time you pull those weights into the shoulders, squeeze them in. Squeeze them in. Feel how strong your bicep gets as you squeeze them in. Team, just 15 seconds left. So pull those weights in and pull them in. Keep your shoulders over your hips. A lot of times we want to do this when we work our biceps. That's not full range. This is full range. Team, we're going to stop right here and we're going to pulse. Okay? Now, just like in the back, if this becomes a lot for you, set the weight down. Just use your body weight. Absolutely perfect. Elbows, keep them right beside the ribs. Keep your elbows bent at 90, and then press your palms up to the ceiling, just straight up. Because what I want you to move is just elbow to hand. From the shoulder to the elbow, that stays right against your body, right against the side of your body, but elbow to hand, that's where the movement is happening. 20 seconds left. Again, remember, heels, press them into the floor. Abs, keep them braced. Shoulders, keep them over the hips. And then just continue to press your palms up. 3, 2, 1. Halfway through, back to the full range. Now, when our body starts to fatigue, we want to swing like this, okay? Make sure those weights never drop behind your legs. They stop right at your legs. The other thing we do when we start to fatigue is we use our back, just like this. We're not going to use our back, okay? Because our shoulders stay directly over hips. Our abs, they stay pulled in nice and tight, so we are tall, right? Keep pulling those weights right into your shoulders, right in. Awesome, awesome job. How much more time do we have? Oh, you're almost there. You have 11 seconds left, and then we go to the last minute. So keep drawing them in and in. We have 3, 2, and 1. How about the pulse? Reset that chest. Pull your shoulders down the back side so that chest stays lifted. Keep your elbows right beside that rib cage, just like this. And then only move from the elbows to the hands. Draw those abs in. Anytime we sustain weight in front of us like this, we really have to engage the core. So pull that core in nice and tight. And just continue to pulse. Pulse and pulse. How are we doing on time? 15 seconds, that's it. Small motion, keep it small. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to put my mat on the ground and we're going to do triceps, and I'm going to use one of my 10-pound weights. So we're going to be down on our knees for this. That's why we put our mat there. And you're going to take your weight and you're going to lift it up over your head. Take the bony part of your elbows, point them forward, and we're going to drop to the back of the neck and straight to the sky. So that's the motion. I'll go ahead and start my watch. Let's do it, you guys. Down and up. So target zones. It is back of neck and straight to sky. So just keep thinking about that. Back of neck and straight to sky. And when you go straight to sky, make those arms as long as you can. Almost like you're trying to bust them right through your ceiling, okay? Keep your elbows very close to your face. When we pull our elbows out like this, we are actually using more of our shoulder than our tricep. So when you pull your elbows in and the bony part of your elbows will face me, then you're really working those triceps. So again, back of neck, straight to sky, every single time. And then as you do this, keep those abs drawn in nice and tight so you are completely supporting your spinal cord. You have 3, 2, and 1, and now we pulse. So the pulse is small. It is back of neck, top of head. That's as far as you go. So it's not a big motion at all. Elbows, you keep them pulled in really tight as if they are framing your face, and you keep the bony part of your elbow facing me. Again, pull your abs in. Keep your back supported by pulling the abs in. Now, when you're in this position, a lot of times our hips, they want to rock forward. Don't let them. Keep your hips tucked and keep your abs braced so that your spinal cord is protected. How are we doing on time? You have 20 seconds. So keep the elbows pulled in and just think. Back of neck, top of head. Back of neck, top of head. That's only the distance. So very short, very precise. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and team all the way up, full range, down and up. Now I know, sometimes having your arms over your head for a long period of time, one, can make you feel lightheaded, but it also can make your shoulders a little sore. If you're that way, roll those shoulders out for a second, breathe, and then when you feel good, lift back up and go right back into it. So remember form, elbows in tight, bony part of the elbows, they face me. And you hit back of neck and straight to sky. Back of neck and straight to sky every time. Think about pushing that weight up through the ceiling. Think about trying to make your body as tall as you can as you do this. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing awesome. We have 3, 2, and 1. Team, it's the pulse. Small, strong, precise. Back of neck, top of head. Elbows in. Abs braced. You're doing awesome. Keep it strong. How do you do that? Pull those elbows in tighter and just think about back of neck, top of head. See how we doing on time. 30 seconds left. That is it. Draw those abs in tight. You are almost there. And then the last block we're going to work on, abs. So super, super simple. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the top and down. Awesome. All right, set that weight to the side. We are now going to go into cross crawls. So come on down on your mat. And knees are going to be up over hips. Hands are going to be right beside your head. Here we go. So for 1 minute, you're just going to twist side to side. The goal as you do this, elbows, keep them out to the sides. So keep them out here. Don't let those elbows come in because then you're not actually getting fully into the twist. And fully into the twist means we completely work the obliques. So, twist. Lifting that shoulder up to the opposite leg. Lift and lift. Extend the legs out as long as you want, or you could just be here, or you could be here. All the awesome choices. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Team C crunch. So we're going to be right here, just lifting and lowering. So your head will actually come all the way down. It will touch that mat, and then you will lift it back up. When you lift it back up, give me a chin tuck, and then roll those shoulders up and off your mat. Notice how those knees only lift up and they stop directly over your hips. Here's what I want you to think about. Ribs to hips. Shorten that distance. Shorten it every single time you lift up. So push those ribs right down into those hips. Continue to keep your elbows to the outside. So you guys, in the C crunch, you are working rectus abdominis. Those are your stair-step muscles that run straight up and down. And then as you lift your legs, you're working transverse muscles, which run hip bone to hip bone. 2 and 1. Back to the cross crawl. So we're back to working the obliques. Think about the twist. Think about lifting the shoulder to the opposite knee every single time you twist. And then what I do to make the twist even bigger, I look down the floor. Every single time I twist, I look down. That way I get an awesome rotation right through the rib cage. Try to lift one shoulder and bring it to that knee. And then extend the other leg out as long as you can. Long extensions. 15 seconds. Keep looking down the floor so you get an amazing rotation. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the C crunch. Team, this is your last minute. Lift those shoulders off. Push those ribs down into the hips every single time you lift. Have your knees stop directly over your hips. And then you know what? Elbows, keep them to the outside. Lift and lift. Feel the stair-step muscles get stronger every time you push your ribs down into your hips. And when you rise up, make sure you tuck that chin so you protect your neck. How are we doing? You have 11 seconds. Lift up, push that chest towards those legs. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing job, you guys. That was 30 minutes of strength training. Thank you so much for being with me today. And if you guys like this, please thumbs it up. And also, please subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. Have an awesome day.